What is up, everybody? This is Mark the Mike, and it's another The Wrestling Babble podcast by Red Cyclone Inc. I am Mark the Mike. I'm joined by Louis Bean.
What is up? What is up?
And, again, always a ton of wrestling going in, but now we have a brand new segment that we're going to start off the show every week, and then we're going to end the show every week. We have the Wrestling Retrospect.
Yes,
So,
sir.
if you didn't listen to the last two casts, this is how it goes. Me and my co-host Louis Beans, we will pick one wrestler and we will go through archives of their matches and pick some of our favorites of the unpopular ones, I guess, and we'll put them up so you can check them out too. Because usually, once we post the YouTube up, the podcast up, I usually send the links to the Wrestling Babble. So if you do want to catch any of these matches that we're talking about, they will be posted, if I can find them on YouTube, on the Wrestling Babble Facebook page. So follow that, and you can follow these matches as well. So it was my pick, and I pick Justin Thunderlager.
Yes, sir.
He has a lot of matches.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like
It's super hard to pick one.
Yeah, I had to do. So I picked the top 10, and then I narrowed it down to 4.
Okay.
And that was the hardest thing in the world, because I kept going back and forth on certain ones, and I'm like, damn, that finish was better though, and like that moveset was better in that match, or the storyline was better in that match. And it took me a while. Like, yo, I actually went through these. I probably took like 2 days to fully watch all these matches. And I rewatched them again just to give at least pick 4 to pick for today.
Okay.
He has a lot of good stuff.
And he has so many different, like, if you only want to go to Japan, he's got a whole catalog, right? If you want to go to America, he's got a huge number of stuff he did here. So It's a lot.
Shout outs to Minion with the opinion, because when he listened to our cast, the first thing he popped up and he sent me was the Samoa Joe versus the Thunderlager one.
Okay, cool.
That was actually really good.
Mm-hmm.
A really fun match.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give one match now, and you go next. One of them that kind of stood out to me just because the storyline of it, and I had to rewatch it. I remember it happening. It was like during Justin Thunderlager's farewell year, was the match with Suzuki, when he fully unmasked and became this fucking ultimate heel and fucking try to kill Suzuki.
Okay.
That match was crazy.
I did not see that. How recent is that?
So
match?
It was probably 2019.
Okay, gotcha.
So it was the year that I think it was the year that he went to the Hall of Fame. That was his farewell year.
Mm-hmm.
And he did that match with Suzuki, and Suzuki beat the shit out of him when they signed the contract for the match. And then when he got his ass kicked and shit like that, you see him like just rip the mask off and shit, and he's like all painted up with blood and shit. And he just went insane. And then they actually finally had the bout, and that match was fucking crazy. It was not like the greatest, like, excuse me, it wasn't like the greatest, like, technical match. It was just a beatdown of two freaking dudes that just want to kill each other at the time.
What is that? The first time that persona has come out?
He has done that persona a long time ago, but it was not like unmasked. It had a mask and stuff like that. He was like the Dark Liger or some shit like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so this was actually really cool. I actually posted the YouTube video up on the Wrestling Babble page on Facebook. So if you want to check that match out, you actually have to watch. So I would recommend watching the interview with the beginning of it, and when Suzuki beat the shit out of him, and then going to that match, because it actually tells a great story. And like, I think they fought each other maybe like every 2 years within the 30 years of career he had.
Is that his known rival?
Yes.
Okay.
It was known, but it was also, they have a lot of history together too. Like, they've been around each other for a long time. So that was actually a cool one. So that's the one I'll put my first one up.
Okay. The first one I picked was is well, at least with the event name. Let's see. WSW Jushin Thunder Liger versus Great Kabuki.
The Great
So
Kabuki.
the I tried to go as far back as I could find for his matches. So I don't know if I could get back to the beginning because I don't know when he started. Did he start like in the 80s?
I think late 80s.
Okay, so no, I didn't go back that far. So this is clearly in like the early 90s. But I know the name Great Kabuki. I've just never seen him wrestle.
Yeah.
So I chose to pick him based on just hearing his name and Liger because this is from like VHS quality. Like this is old. And it's cool to see, like, at the time you could tell that Kabuki is the older guy, like on his way out.
Yeah.
And then that Liger is like, when you see almost any acrobatic move that he does in this match, it is 100% on point.
Yeah.
He does the one standout move from this match is like 5 minutes in. He does what almost everybody does today, which is like the running the okay, I see you laying down, I'm gonna do the senton.
Yeah.
You know, KO does it, sometimes breaks his neck, sometimes lands on the other side of you. Yeah, everybody does it. But he does it from like halfway across the ring and he hits it perfectly. And I was like, I can't believe he just did that. So yeah.
This one's the one from the WSW.
That's what it says on it, yeah. Okay. And the fan picture is Great Muda. So if you see it, some dude named Steel Sunday.
Yeah.
I think he's talking about chairs, brother.
I think I did watch this match.
So like, because it's interesting because again, you can see Kabuki, he doesn't have the physical shape I'm sure he used to have when he was younger. But it's just like you could see, and it's one of the things I have learned over the years of watching people do wrestling. If they know how to do it good, they move a certain way. It doesn't matter what they look like.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, you could tell they know how to move. So it's pretty cool to see that.
My second one will be Hayabusa versus Jushin Thunder Liger.
Okay, cool.
So I have a lot of love for Hayabusa. Hayabusa was like one of my first like introductions to Japanese wrestling, and he probably did one of the most crisp 450 splash I ever seen in my life.
Did you see the thing I reposted it that where he gives credit to Scorpio, to Cold Scorpio?
Yes.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I was like, wow, okay.
Yeah, that was cool. So they fought in the Super J Cup, 1994.
Okay. Got you.
Really good match, really high flying match. Hayabusa was also known as kind of a hardcore high flyer, and so think a more crisp Sabu in a way, but also have a really technical sound in the ring and very flashy style in the ring. Probably had one of the coolest masks. And it was a really good lightweight match. It was very good for Super Cup, and I think it was one of the semifinals or the final match. So it was a really dope match. I recommend that one. It was a fun, high-flying match. I could definitely see WCW watching this and be like, all right, we need Jushin Thunder Liger in WCW.
Okay, that makes sense. Because the one I picked after that was Steven. Excuse me. It's in my history order. It is Dean Malenko versus Jushin Liger. And this one has a date, WCW Nitro May 6th. Credit to Too Much Wrestling on YouTube if you want to watch the match.
Yep.
The reason this match is short, it's like from beginning to end, it's like 8 minutes.
Yeah.
But it's got so much of my favorite stuff from WCW at that time.
Yeah.
It's got, because Juicy comes out with Sonny Ono.
Yeah.
Also, Eric Bischoff is on commentary. So this is, I believe, right about NWO time. Not NWO time yet, right? So this is before all that. Before they completely squashed the cruiserweights on the show. So you got that. You got the Brain on commentary, which I love because there's, even in the beginning of the match, there's like a bunch of anecdotes because I think they have a deal, him and Sonny Ono.
Yeah.
So there's the and Mongo in comments. So like for me, this match has already got everything going for it. But my nonsense aside, I like Liger's color scheme because it's not the regular one.
Yeah, it was
It's
the
a
black and
black,
gold,
it's a
right?
black and silver. Like yeah, black and silver version.
Nice.
It's just like, oh, that's a variant, and he's not like evil or anything. He just has a different color. I'm like,
I gotta
cool.
get one. I gotta get the one of those Storm collectibles. I've been looking at them, and I'm like, damn, I gotta get at least.
They
one.
are good. They are very, very good.
Yeah.
So that was cool. Malenko with the little vest
Yeah.
and the 5 o'clock shadow, which is not his normal look. So
Yeah.
he's pissed and ready for business. And this match is not completely fair at all. I mean, not fair. It's not one sided, but Malenko is bust ass.
Yeah.
In this whole match, he is attacking Liger's leg and whatnot, so he has to play around that. So it's cool. Again, we know him for being a high flyer, risk taker, but in this match he has to sell the leg. And I always like when you see a wrestler that can sell and fight.
Yeah, Nakamura.
Like that's cool. Now all of them can do it. Shinsuke, what you doing, man?
Yeah, no, good.
That's all I need.
That was a good one.
But the one highlight for this match is I think this match is in a highlight reel for different things. It's because I think in America this is the first time Malenko busts out the like second rope backbreaker.
Yes, it was. I think. All right, what year was this one?
96.
96. And so, how early 96?
It says May.
May. Because he did it to Rey Mysterio too, so I'm not sure who he did it on 1st. It makes more sense for him to do it on Rey Mysterio first.
The only thing I'll say is that you hear on commentary they just say I've never seen that before.
Okay,
so
there's a chance
that's the only credit I have, but I know for sure that Malenko has wrestled in Japan. He has probably done this before.
Yeah.
But in America, I don't know. Yeah. I don't. I believe this is the first time he did it on television.
Yeah, because I remember him doing it to Rey Mysterio too, but I'm not 100% sure what date it was, so there's a chance that would be the first. But I remember him doing it to Rey Mysterio. It looked like he killed him.
Yeah, and same thing here. And it's so crisp again to see both guys who are like damn near flawless in the ring. Like there's no lulls in the match, and it's only 8 minutes. It's really good.
So my next one, it is another Japanese legend, and I actually kind of went more into the. I try to look for like iconic Japanese wrestler or just iconic characters to fight. I was gonna and then I do have an Ultimo Dragon one, so don't worry, it's gonna come soon. But there's one I wanted to bring up just because I always loved the character as well. He's like probably one of my other favorite wrestling Japanese wrestlers is the Great Muda. So Great Muda versus Jushin Thunder Liger. It happened at where is it? I just had the link. There it goes. Actually, it's in Japanese. New Japan Pro Wrestling 1996.
Really? Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. I found it on a Japanese website and I was able to watch it. But again, the Great Muda was a great character as well. So seeing these two clash is like probably like a good and evil kind of thing. Because Muda was always played a heel for the most part. And very technician, but this was a little slightly different because it was more like striking and technician than high flying.
Okay.
So it was a cool one, and then definitely check it out. I have the link on the Wrestling Babble page, so definitely check that out if you want.
Also, that last match had more WCW nonsense because for some reason Ric Flair comes out and sits at a table and it looks like he's eating Thanksgiving dinner with Woman and Elizabeth, and it gave me conflicting emotions because I thought it was ridiculous in the middle of this amazing match. Everybody's attention gets drawn towards Ric Flair and the two women, but then again I remember the two women and I kind of get sad because they're both dead because of wrestling. I'm like, oh man, this sucks. Like, god damn it. Oh, wrestling. You're the worst. The best, worst thing ever. Jesus.
Do you have any other one?
Yeah, and I got the third one. It was your suggestion.
Yeah.
It was Bryan Danielson
Yeah, that was
and Jushin Thunder Liger in Ring of Honor.
yes.
And they have this one as it's on their YouTube, so they have all the information. It's 2004 Weekend of Thunder, which was their it's a says an event to honor Jushin Thunder Liger. So there you go.
Yeah.
So I'm sure a lot of people saw this back in the day.
Yeah.
I did not. I do not know why Bryan Danielson came to the ring with a cape. I do not know why he was bald and had a cape. And he threw that Liger and everybody booed him damn near out the building. It was ridiculous. But it was a hell of a match. Yeah. Can we all right, you know what? Can we just kind of say this? At this point in history, because when I was telling you in the messages, like, oh yeah, people were putting a thing about top 15, and I said, oh yeah, that's easier than top 10.
Yeah.
Can we just say, at this point in wrestling history, I think it's almost unfair to put Daniel Bryan / Bryan Danielson with anybody else. I'm just me for realism's sake.
Yeah.
Because as much as we like our legends, none of them fought as many people as him.
I think Daniel Bryan makes my top 10.
At a high level like him. The Rock ain't fight people like him. I'm just saying.
Like, you know what
I'm saying? When you think of a top list, Macho Man, I mean, maybe, but like not top dudes like from all over the world. Like Bryan Danielson has fought like literally the best people on the planet.
Yeah, the who's who. Yeah, he did.
And I really think he's like the best wrestler in the world. Like he legitimately is.
And I think he's better. Like I even think he's a lot better now because he found like his. But right now, I feel like he's not able to do what he does best. But other than that, like I love Daniel Bryan. I think he'll be within my top 5, maybe even top 10, maybe top 5. Definitely.
I think I'm rearranging the top 5
because
I'm rearranging the Mount Rushmore. It's like because it's just when you look at almost everybody, dude, you go through almost everybody's stuff we look through. It was like, man, they fought Bryan Danielson at some point.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
that's a good one. That was a really good one. Yeah, I'm glad you watched that one. That was actually really good.
Mm-hmm.
I have like I said, Ultimo Dragon's gonna find his way somehow in this list. So so this was for Super J Cup 95, and this was Jushin Thunder Liger versus Ultimo Dragon. I think this was the finals. This was when he won the 12 belts.
Oh, really? Okay.
So, yeah, that match was pretty dope. He had the blue scheme at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a different color. It wasn't the regular red and white. It was the blue. And I think Ultimo Dragon was in black. And, again, another match that kind of went more technician and striking than actual high flying. It does has high flying moments, but it was actually more technician.
Okay. Cool.
It was really fun. Do you have any other one?
No, that's it. I usually only pick 3. I don't want to go too long.
I got 2 more just to highlight it because, again, this dude had 30 years of wrestling.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So one is going to be honorable mention. Honestly, if you go to any of the top Jushin Thunder Liger matches, this is usually in the top 5. I'm just going to honorable mention it because this is probably one of the more popular matches, but it's something that I rewatched because I was there live and I love that match. And one thing that Tyler Breeze has is that he got to fight Jushin Thunder Liger in WWE that no one else was able to fight him in WWE.
Mm-hmm.
So, Tyler Breeze versus Jushin Thunder Liger in NXT New York. I think that was the first one. NXT Brooklyn.
Okay, cool.
Amazing match. Amazing entrance. Playing with the characters. Like it was just a fun match. And honestly, Tyler Breeze, we love that guy. We were big fans of what he did in wrestling and stuff like that, and always wanted more for him. But for that match, I think that was his main event. I think that was the one that really stood out the test of time of what kind of wrestler he was. And Jushin Thunder Liger just was generous enough to give him everything he needed for that match.
Mm-hmm.
And then last but not least, just because the Owen Heart tournament's going on and everything, like a lot of things are going with Owen Heart. I think his birthday passed recently. Jushin Thunder Liger versus Owen Heart. New Japan Pro Wrestling, 1992. Very, like, I think a lot of people, unless you really like look at history with Owen Hart, a lot of people don't know how fucking good Owen Hart was, and how adaptive he was, especially when it came to smaller or bigger people. We praise Bret Hart for being that kind of wrestler. Owen Hart was exactly the same, just with a little bit more high flying. He was able to do a lot of things that Bret couldn't do. Like, he would do backflips on the top rope. He'd do flying missiles, drop kicks, things like that. If you want to see like a full Owen Hart match without like the rules of what WWE kind of brings to the table, and see him do a lot of things that you never see him actually do on TV, watch this match, because he and Juice and Thunderlager had great chemistry, and it was a lot of fun. I think it was about almost 17 minutes long, and it was a work of art. It was really good.
Okay. Gotcha. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so Juice and Thunderlager, he's a fucking legend, man. And I fully appreciate, like, especially as a wrestling fan growing up and stuff like that, and I kind of knowing of the character, but not really fully diving into his history of matches. Like, I really appreciate us actually going through these, because I watched matches I've never watched before. I saw him for Kota Ibushi. I saw him for Kushida. There's a lot of matches I watched. Yo, I took 2 days to watch just as many matches as I can, and it was just so hard to pick 3. So that's why I had to give a bunch of them, because those 3 I picked, but there was still some more good stuff. So randomly Google search Justin Thunderlager and go to video and just watch some of his matches. He will entertain you.
I agree, 100%.
Yes. So that is our wrestling retrospect, and it was a good one. Like, I actually liked this one a lot, because again, there was a lot of matches I've never watched.
True. This is true.
And there's still a lot of legends that he has under his belt that I don't think we watched. I watched, but it almost made the him versus Tiger Mask, Part 2.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, so there's a lot. Like, he has a lot. Like, my list was at 25 at one point, and the last 5 got changed like 10 times.
Gotcha.
Just because the finish was better, or some moves were better, or it was a lot of things. So, all right, let's get into the week of wrestling. We did have WrestleMania Backlash, so I guess we go into our review of that first. So, WrestleMania Backlash, we kick off with Cody Rhodes defeats Seth Rollins.
I thought it was cool that it opened the show, so that was pretty dope.
Yeah, it was close. I say that was one of the match of the night.
I agree. I think it was a very, very good match. I think this was a surprise, because to me it was better than the first one.
Yes, it was. I think they found a niche in this match. It was a good match. It went for 20 minutes, so it was
yes,
good.
Sir.
Cody Rhodes wins. Next match. What do you give it?
I'm gonna give it a 4.25. Very good.
I'm gonna go 4.5. Omos with MVP defeats Bobby Lashley.
It wasn't that much better than the last one.
Yeah,
but I still think it did more of what it needed to do. So I would give it a 3.5.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 3. But I think it was I think what I rated the WrestleMania, I think I gave it a 1 or 2.
Yeah.
So I'll give it a 3. Edge defeats AJ Styles with a submission, and with the help of the one dark-haired Rhea Ripley.
I mean, I want to give it a 5 just because of that.
Yeah.
The match itself, I find myself not as glued to it as I thought I would be.
Yeah.
But I didn't think it was worse of it.
I thought.
But I think the story and everything came together better than the first match, though. I will say. So for that, I'm gonna give it a 4.
I enjoyed the match. I thought the matchup was really good. The revealing of Rhea Ripley, like, someone texted me like, "Oh, who's that?" I was like, "Oh, that's Rhea." Like, how you know? Oh, I could tell.
Yeah, you can see her pants. If you know Rhea Ripley, you can see her legs. She
Yeah.
literally, she ain't changed nothing.
Yeah, I was like, unless she wore Damian Priest's pants, like her tights look the same.
Exactly. I was like, is
But and she has worn them
face and
before.
everything. Yeah,
Huh?
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I dug the story stuff, but yeah, the match was good. I enjoyed it. I kind of want to see where they're fully gonna go with this, but I'm here for it. I'm gonna go 4-2. I thought it was a good match though. We got Ronda Rousey defeating Charlotte Flair in an I Quit match.
I appreciate the brutality of the match. That's what I came there to see. That's what you bring Ronda there for. To apparently break somebody's arm. Yeah, listen. I know Charlotte's arm ain't bro, but I'm just saying I appreciate the consistency from the night of till Monday Night Raw, because they could have done the thing that they normally do where they make up stuff on the fly.
Yeah.
But I appreciate when she put her in the submission, how Michael Cole was like, "Oh my God, look at her arm." You know what I mean? So at least they had a consistent thread there. So for that, I really did like how violent it was. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 3.75. I want to give it a 4, but I was just like, eh.
I'm gonna go with a 4 just because this match was so much better than the WrestleMania match.
I agree.
And it did like have the violence. It did have like and they went into the full I Quit kind of motif of it, and so I'll give it some credit. I gave it a 4. Madcap Moss versus Happy Corbin.
This is a match I was looking forward to after the bump. Like I said,
Yeah,
I wanted him to see him whoop Corbin's ass, and he didn't quite whoop his ass, but he won with the fastest sunset pinning combination ever. Because goddamn, how fast is Madcap Moss? It does look funny. It looks comically funny when he starts running full speed back and forth. It's like, damn, that dude, he's kind of fast. So it was a good match, though. I'm not gonna say it was like match of the night or nothing, but it was good. So I'm gonna give it a 3.75 as well.
It was okay. Yeah, it wasn't bad. It continued the story, and I actually thought it was a good way of him getting his revenge. Yeah, I'm gonna give it 3. I'll give it a 3 as well. And then the main event was the Bloodline, Roman Reigns and the Usos versus Drew McIntyre, RK Bro.
And you know what? We'll compare this match to a house show match, and that's why I like it, because it was a fun match. It was like, okay, we didn't get what was promised before. They changed it into something else, and then they made it really fun. And for that, I really liked it. So I'm gonna give it a 3.25.
I thought the action in the match was extremely well. Like, I think it was really well placed. There was times that, honestly, I think they did a good job in managing the tags. As much as the people didn't know who was the legal man, like, from what I was watching, I knew exactly who was the legal man most of the time. Because they did the sneaky tags and shit. They always caught on with that. The action was really fun. I think it was better than what was expected from me. I still want the Unification Championship to main event, and that was like, I think that will get some points off of it because that's what I wanted. But they delivered. I actually think they delivered a lot in this match, so I'll give it a 4. All right, that's WrestleMania Backlash overall. What do you give the show?
I guess I'm gonna say I give the show a 4.
Yeah.
It was actually a very good show. Like, I can't really complain at all. Actually. Yeah.
It was a good show. All right, now we go to the week in wrestling. We kick off with Monday Night Raw, and we kick off.
Why they gotta do Oscar like that? The picture is her getting kicked in the face.
Like, welcome back.
It's a damn shame.
So we kick off with RK Bro defeating the Street Profits in a really good match. I actually liked the promos back and forth. And again, we do see these. We saw this a couple times within the last month or so, but I think one thing I give credit is the fact that they try to change the match up a little bit more different every single time they do fight, and Street Profits are kind of going a little heelish with some stuff. So I'm actually digging that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. The thing that I appreciate about most of these two teams' interactions is the fact that it does seem like it evolves over time.
Yeah.
So it's like it's not watching the same thing happen every single time you see them, and that's almost on the level of like where the New Day and the Usos get it to. So
Yes.
I mean, like I'm glad to see that actually happening with RK Bro and Street Profits. So good.
We got the Judgment Day welcoming Rhea Ripley into the fold.
I mean, and this is a standard. You gotta introduce your new member, so it is what it is. Here's the one problem. The one problem I have with the entire group: when they are not wrestling, they should all be wearing suits, and I mean Rhea too, because she looks good in a suit.
She needs to wear a suit.
They should all wear suits when they don't wrestle.
Yeah. I will say, well, Rhea did actually wrestle though, so that's the reason why she have a suit.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. When they're having a promo segment,
you
maybe put the suit on. Put the jacket on.
Yeah, I thought the promo was fine. I thought it kind of ended awkwardly because Liv Morgan came out. I didn't like how that kind of just turned into the match kind of thing.
Well, it's like I can't say it was too bad because at least they established the fact that you can't just stand there and talk trash that long about Liv Morgan.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
So
no, but I just felt like it was a little awkward. Like honestly, I understand her coming out and things like that. It just like how they just played it out was a little awkward. Other than that, it was fine. The match was actually really good. We got Finn Balor defeating Damian Priest disqualification. So they both had matches.
This is true.
So this is why they didn't have suits.
So what you telling me is to expect a suit next week?
I hope so. If not, then you could go back and be like, I want suits on these ones. We had Bobby Lashley invade the MVP lounge again.
Made sense, but it did make Cedric look crazy.
Yeah,
because they played you, Cedric. Why are you still trying to kill Bobby Lashley?
We got
and just think about it now. Remember, he put himself in a place where he can't join either side.
Yeah.
If he messes up and doesn't get the job done, MVP is like, I don't want him on my team. But he just jumped Bobby Lashley, so he can't join Bobby Lashley no more.
He's just gonna be a middleman.
It said that on Bobby Lashley's head when he jumped him. Bobby Lashley would remember that.
All right. We're going Sonya Deville, WWE official. She is terminated from her being an official. And then she's a regular wrestler, and she had a match, and she got her ass kicked by the returning Alexa Bliss.
I think it's, at least we can give them credit, because here's one thing I didn't really think about till now, is that they actually gave her a full-on storyline up until her becoming a regular wrestler again. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, you got to see every single part of the arc. So, there you go.
And welcome back, Alexa Bliss.
I'm kind of sad because she ain't get to say none.
Yeah, I know.
She
like,
just give out, whoop ass, and leave.
Why
she's Stone Cold now.
Why can't she promo? She's probably one of your best promos.
What happened? What happened? Why are you treating her like this? People like that lady. What's going on?
Exactly. But welcome back.
And she still has Lily. I just have to point that out.
Hey, Lily. Oh, they're going to sell them dolls. That's why. Ken Owens and Alpha Academy took out Ezekiel, younger brother of Elias.
This is all right. So Monday Night Raw is my favorite show this week. It's all because of this moment right here. Your man Ken Owens came all the way down the rail like that. I can't believe. Listen, and he painted his beard gray too.
Yeah,
It's so good. It's so good.
We got Veer Mahan versus Frank Lowman.
And he ended up being the low man on the totem pole for her.
There you go.
Because he did. He said, I got to do this for my family. Well, no. Sir. Tell your family you want a closed casket. So
another one bites the dust. We got Cody Rhodes defeats Theory by disqualification in the United States Championship match.
It was a pretty good match. I like it. Like the actual match was pretty good. I mean, of course, Theory's not gonna lose the belt, so I wasn't mad, but I was like, oh, okay.
Seth Rollins went crazy.
Yeah.
The only thing I thought he was gonna do and he didn't was stab him.
But he wouldn't stab him with a knife. Seth Rollins would stab him with a sword or something.
Yes.
With a rapier.
Oh, man. We got Sasha Banks and Naomi defeat Drew Drop and Nikki Ash. I don't know what they were going with that.
I mean, Nikki is half in, half out. She's got to complete her look and her transition to being serious if she's gonna join Doudrop.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, Doudrop's gonna kill her.
And we have Ciampa defeat Mustafa Ali because Miz is an asshole.
Yes. Basically.
Good match though.
Yeah.
Good story. I understand the win because Miz is an asshole. I'm actually digging where they go, like kind of the promo takes of these things. Like the thing that he did on Twitter with the newscasting and shit like that, and him acting like other people talking about it. So I was all cool with that. I'm good with the story. So as long as I'm happy Ali's on TV. Shout out to Becky and Asuka's segment. Like that shit had me laughing.
Yeah, it was really good.
They're gonna tag team.
Good. I guess so, right?
Yeah, I think they're gonna go.
I wouldn't be mad.
Yeah, Becky don't have a tag title, so.
Yeah, you're right.
But I like the.
And it was a good match for her and Bianca. Not mad.
Yeah, really good match.
The cheap at the end, the cheapness at the end, right?
Yeah.
Becky.
I like the interaction between her and Becky, like just how overly done they do it and how she irritates her. It makes me laugh.
I like Becky's sunglasses. Becky looks like she's from the future. There you go. She's a time traveler.
Dug this match. Asuka ends in a no contest because Becky Lynch beat the crap out of her. All right. Monday Night Raw, where you give it?
I guess I'm gonna give it an A. Cause there's more than enough stuff that I like.
Yeah, I agree. Like there was a lot of just it didn't drag. I felt like the show didn't drag. I felt like they had a good momentum throughout the whole show. Yeah, I'll give it an A as well. We go to NXT. And we kick off as Toxic Attraction defeats Wendy Chu and Roxanne Perez.
I thought the match was okay. I didn't think it was anything special. I mean, it did more or less push along the story. So
yeah,
it was all right.
Yeah, it was okay. Joe Gacy extends the invitation to Braun Breaker to join his movement. I don't
understand.
Go ahead.
I don't understand. Why would you think he would join you?
Yeah, I feel bad. I have no interest in the storyline.
It's just lacking a certain feeling of seriousness.
Yeah.
It doesn't have that same weight to it. For some reason, they're trying. It just doesn't.
We got Fallon Henley versus Soul Jacobs in the women's breakout tournament opening match.
It was okay. It was nothing special.
Yeah.
It was like, it was the equivalent of a dark match. It was just, it was all right. Whatever.
We got the new Alba Fire versus Amari Miller.
That was a good match, dude.
It was good.
Because I know Amari Miller I think she's from Booker T school.
Yes.
She's actually pretty good. So, but yeah, man, she gave it to her. Like, I was like, I thought this was going to be like one and done. Nah,
Yeah.
she fought back. So that was a good match.
Alba Fire won. That's how she says it. Solo
man.
Suka challenged the Save and Cameron Grimes and saves Cameron Grimes. I actually digging what they're doing with the storyline. I'm interested.
Let's see where it goes.
Saray,
And also, don't forget, throughout the entire show, we had Ivy now outdoing everybody else.
yes, that was actually, that was going on.
It was what it was.
And it's for UK.
So, yeah.
You got Saray and Andre Chase defeats Tiffany Stratton and Grayson Waller. It was okay. It was fun.
I mean, it was silly, so it is what it is. I just don't understand how that guy ended up as a drag cheerleader.
Oh, because remember, so Saray, when she goes into the entrance, she changes.
So he walked into her entrance.
So you walk into an entrance and it just lined up on him.
All right.
It made me giggle because I was like, all right, I see what you did there.
I didn't catch it. Okay, now I understand. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, I was like, all right, I see what you did there. I dug that. I was like, all right, cool. We got Nikita Lyons defeats Andrea Grace in the women's tournament.
And that was actually a better match than the matches she's been having with Last Legend. Let's just say she one of them is a little more ready than the other.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. So it was all right.
Yeah, Andrea Grace. That's
she's actually pretty decent, man.
That's Santino Morella's daughter.
Oh, so she has the genetics. Cause I'm like, she moves like a certain way.
She's gonna be in that Italian mob.
No, she better not be in Tony D'Angelo's.
So I'm just saying they're missing a woman in that group because I'm just saying, and the one looks extremely Italian, and her daddy is Italian as well.
All right.
I'm just saying. Well, I think he's Canadian actually, but just saying.
Okay. All right.
Good match. Aggressive. Very. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. It was more aggressive than expected. Like she did not hold back. I was like, oh, okay. Now I know who she is. Got you.
There you go. And then the main event was Natalya defeats Cora Jade via referee stoppage.
And I thought it was a good, like, again, good guy versus bad guy, or good girl, good bad girl. Because Natalya was obviously taking shortcuts and being evil. You know what I mean? So she tried to. I like how they did the thing when she tried to do the Bret Hart thing on her legs, but her legs are too short.
Yes. Bret had that to a science.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed the match. I enjoyed the story they told. I like Natty. For some reason, I prefer Natty in NXT because she gets longer matches and she has the time to actually tell a story.
True.
So I prefer Natty in NXT just because she gets the time, and she shows that she's really good. And then
I agree.
She goes back to 2-minute matches on SmackDown.
On SmackDown, yeah.
NXT, what do you give it?
I give it a B-. Again, it was like the main thing was the championship thing that just felt weak.
Yeah.
And not everything was like spectacular. The Grayson Waller stuff, again, it was story stuff, but it wasn't like great.
I didn't care for the mafia shit either.
Yeah, but at least it was a lot shorter than last week. It was so long last week.
I'm just saying, they needed a woman.
I mean, the week before, so long.
Yeah. I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do B- as well. Like, there's a lot of storylines I'm not really interested in. Like the Joe Gracie, I have no interest in that storyline. Like, I want to try to get into it, but I have no interest whatsoever. I had more interest in the Andre Chase and Saraya match than I had in that. Just because the whole transition made me laugh. That just caught me off guard. And he just went with it too. He's like, "Fuck it, let's go."
Let's go.
Yeah, I gotta go B-. Like I wasn't feeling this NXT. Like, they have some good storylines though. Like, North American title, I think it's the best storyline going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
Mandy don't have an opponent yet, so hopefully they start building into that. She kind of has one in Roxanne Perez, but they're working in the tag titles too. So I don't know where they're going on with that. The tournament breakouts are okay. Hopefully we get better matches towards the finals.
This is true.
And now we go to AEW Dynamite. And we kick off with the Owen Heart men's tournament quarterfinal match. Dax Harwood versus Adam Cole.
That's actually pretty good. I don't. Have they ever fought?
Yes.
I'm trying to. Okay.
They fought because I think Fish was injured and he lined up tagging with this dude. Damn, why I can't think of his name?
To my O'Reilly.
O'Reilly, yeah.
Okay. Got you.
So they fought Revival, yeah.
Okay, I'm blanking on it. Damn, because they're pretty good. It was a very good match.
It was a good match.
I think the last one was better. You know.
Me too.
But like, it's not to say this one was bad.
I will just say, I wanted Dax to win.
I wasn't against it. I was not against it.
Yeah.
I was not against it. But I'd like to see what this goes back to what we mentioned earlier about wrestlers selling stuff.
Yeah.
And that's how he lost the match.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, me too.
Like, you want to do it? Go ahead.
Shout outs to Dr. Martha Hart was in the audience with her kids.
Oh yeah, they would like.
Hopefully they were in there.
View
for
them
the
in the
last match,
skybox. View them in the skybox.
Yeah. We have CM Punk versus John Silver.
CM Punk versus Johnny Hungy. Yes, sir. The meat man.
Yeah. So in Long Island, and mainly Long Island, CM Punk is the heel.
It's funny because he wore the Islanders colors as well.
Yeah, because it was a player that's playing in the Chicago Blackhawks now. That's why.
So wait, was he being a jerk or was
he was being an asshole.
Oh, okay.
He fucks with the Long Island crowd all the time. He gets booed straight out in Long Island.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what it was about.
It was a decent match.
Yeah, I like it. Listen, Johnny Hungy, the only problem with him right now is that, remember, he lost a lot of momentum.
Yeah.
When all these new people started coming in, it just happened.
Yeah, Dark Order's just there now.
It's kind of messed up. Like, I know the one guy, he left, Stu.
Yeah.
And it's kind of messed up because, like, I understand charisma and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But actual talent-wise, that dude is crazy, dude.
Yeah.
He's insane. So
we got Dan Hausen versus Tony Nese. It was a squash match, and then Hook saves.
I wasn't expecting that. That was something completely like wow, out of left field. So I liked it.
And then Hook saved him.
Mm-hmm.
And now we may get a tag team of Hook and Dan Hausen.
Are you familiar with him as a wrestler? I've never seen him.
Is pretty decent. He's a solid wrestler. He has some gimmicks, moves, and stuff like that. And he hits you with the jar of chief to knock your ass out.
Okay. I've never seen him wrestle.
I see some of his indie matches. I've seen some of his ROH matches. He's pretty decent.
Okay.
Yeah, the contract signing for Wardlow versus MJF.
I thought this was actually kind of funny.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. MJF is freaking good. Like, 100% he made this segment like as good as it was.
Yeah.
And I also like the shout outs to the 10.
Yeah.
Mrs. Spears.
Perfect 10.
10. Damn.
So now he's going to get 10 lashings. He's going to have to fight Spears in a cage match, and then he fights MJF.
Can't wait.
We got the FTW Championship match. Jungle Boy versus Absolute. Ricky Starks. Peace out,
that again? This was the... Which match now?
For the FTW title.
Oh, for the FTW. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. No, it was all right. I actually liked it. I mean, I would... Here's the thing, though. In my head, I was playing devil's advocate because I wondered what would happen if Jungle Boy won.
Yeah.
Because it's just bizarro.
Yeah.
They don't want him, right? They don't want him to win.
Yeah.
He's too goody two shoes. Like, what would happen if he would have won? That's the only thing. It was
And
a
it
good
looks like
match.
they're all going for the tag team titles now.
And I like the story with Swerve.
Yeah.
Because now you got a little beef with him and Christian.
Yeah.
Because technically he cost Jungle Boy the match. I'm just
Yes.
saying. So that I appreciate.
We got the Jericho Appreciation Society victory speech. And they fucked with the wrong person now.
Daddy Magic said the weirdest, funniest, most random thing. He said, "You want to know what turns me on? You want to know what gets my nipples hard?"
Yeah.
And then you see the looks on everybody's face. Jericho went along with it. Hager started laughing. His own mans looked at him like he was crazy. I couldn't keep a straight face watching this. I lost my mind watching this. They are ridiculous.
Yes.
They are ridiculous.
And then it got interrupted by the Blackpool Combat Club.
And so this should be good.
And then Eddie Kingston and Santana and Ortiz also show their face. And really, really good punches Jericho in the mouth. That was my favorite part of the segment.
K.O. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah.
It was cool. I had a feeling Mox was going to get involved because, again, they were not even numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Man, my only thing, Daniel Bryan is not being used to his full potential. I don't like him in this group. I don't like him in this group. Like, I want to see him kick heads in. I really I feel like he declined because of that.
Oh my God.
That's my only thing. Like, I want Daniel Bryan as a heel. I want him as that. Yo, I honestly would have took him to take the AEW championship, man, because he's that kind of guy. Like, he was so hated, and now he's just in the background.
Well, I think the group is popular. I think that's the whole point. Is because you need him and somebody else. Because you gotta remember, at least story wise, he made it up.
Yeah, I know. I just don't like. I want more. I want to see Daniel Bryan actually wrestle. Like,
well, you gotta remember, they gotta go up the ladder, and once you do a feud with Jericho, that's when it's your time to go for the championship. Yeah. That's how it works with AEW.
So, if anything, if they all team up and Daniel Bryan actually lines up being with the group, if he at least rips the head off of at least two of those guys, I'll be happy.
Why you gotta listen? I know which two you talking about. Leave 2.0 alone. Come on, man. They ain't do nothing to you. Daddy Magic is a friend of the podcast. That's all I'm saying.
All right. So take Jack Hager and the other one. I don't care which two. Right, just take two of them out. And QT Marshall as well. Just take him out as well.
What he ain't got nothing to do with
I don't care. He just looked at me funny.
He still got to deal with Hook. Come on, man.
He did that to himself.
This is true.
I
mean, it's true.
Now we got the Owen Heart Foundation Women's Tournament quarterfinal final. We had Toni Storm versus Jamie Hayter.
I thought it was a good match. I thought it was one of, again, Hayter's best matches because, again, with Storm, she has the chemistry. So
I actually appreciated the finish. As much as the power driver wasn't that pretty looking, but the way it was caught looked devastating.
Yeah.
So I give it credit for that ending.
Yeah, that's true.
So I dug the match. It was good.
Mm-hmm.
Toni Storm advances. And then our main event was the Owen Heart Foundation men's qualifier match. Darby Allin versus Jeff Hardy. They take off the rules. And am I the only one that had issues with this? With that big spot?
No, I didn't bother me.
I had issues because you're having a tournament of a man that fucking fell from a very high place and died in the ring. And you're doing a fucking big ass stunt really high in the ring and falling down.
If it was anybody else other than Jeff Hardy or Darby Allin, I can see that. But if it's those two, I would not expect anything less.
I had issues with that. I was like, it wasn't needed. I actually think it wasn't needed. That's just me. I had issues with it. I was like, damn. And I wonder if they had issues with that, like, if the family didn't even watch the match or not.
That's putting too much weight on the match. That's not their cross to bear. That's got nothing to do with that.
But again, I had issues with
remember what you're saying is your thoughts on the matter,
yeah,
but that's not what they had in mind.
Exactly.
They weren't trying to do that. Like, that's your thoughts on it. So
Yeah.
I get it. You can have your feelings on it. That's Darby Allin and Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, I didn't care for the match. Honestly, I like, and then seeing that, it just it turned me off. I was just like, oh, that was fucking dumb for that.
I hear you, but I didn't see it.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was all right. I thought it was a car crash. So
yeah, that's pretty much what it was. Yeah.
You got Jeff Hardy and Darby Allin. If somebody ain't diving off of something or going through something, why are they here?
I feel like that's what they got Jeff Hardy to do. Like, Jeff Hardy, you ready to wrestle? Yeah, you gonna jump up there today?
I mean, yeah.
He's like, I'm getting too old for this shit.
I don't think I think he wants to do it till the wheels fall off.
And
they try to tell him to stop. Like, no, just let the wheels fall off.
Yeah. Yeah, I have my issues with it.
It's like trying to tell Terry Funk to stop. Like, come on, man.
He had to. He was forced to stop.
But I'm just saying, he got himself to the point where he had to be forced to stop.
Yeah.
I think the same thing with Jeff.
Yeah.
That's what he wants. He ain't out here having interviews where he's like, man, they forced me to jump off this thing.
Yeah, that's true. He's like, I need to. Anyway.
He's having fun.
What do you give AEW?
AEW, I give it a B+. I thought it was actually pretty good. I mean, it wasn't like every match hit to that point where I was like, God damn, this is a banger. But I will give the highlight to the stipulation, the MJF and the stipulation, because again, you're trusting people to. That segment was long.
Yeah.
Again, if that was bad, that it could turn like the whole show bad.
Yeah.
And for that to be as good as it was, I was like, damn, MJF is something else. I'm just saying, gotta give him credit. And a lot of the other stuff, the women's match was dope.
Yeah,
that's the type of stuff really I need to see every week.
Yeah.
I need that every week though.
Yeah.
And again, I gotta give them crap because it was only one.
Yeah.
And they got 75 girls that work there.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. That's my main beef that I'm never gonna stop calling out. It's like, yo, how y'all got all these girls working there and y'all have one match on Dynamite? What?
So
get out of here.
So I'm gonna go B. Right. Next show, sadly did not get to watch Impact. I had to catch up with Impact because I've been having issues with it on my Android device, and I just haven't been watching. I haven't been able to watch it. I'll probably watch it today in my room when I get time. But I've been hearing good things about it. I heard they're doing a Queen of the Mountain match with the ladies for the next contender of the championship. And I think Chelsea Green is in it, Mia Yim is in it, Ty Valkyrie's in it, and Deanna Purrazzo is in it.
Oh, damn.
So
okay.
I'm actually excited for what to see in that women's division. I have a little issue with Tasha Steele because she hasn't really showed me like anything special within her matches as champion. So hopefully we start picking that up too.
Okay.
And then Sami Callihan returns.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow, damn.
He
I didn't know
returned
that.
and went straight after Moose.
That's why he posted that picture.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now I know. All right.
And we also had Alexander. He fought someone that has history. I think did he fight Shark? No, the Shark Boy actually showed up. And
is he not just Shark Man? Is he not just Shark Man?
Shark Man. No, he's a Shark Boy. He's still growing.
Oh, okay. All right.
He grew a lot.
Oh, well, okay.
He had a lot of donuts. Anyway, but yeah, I do gotta watch it, so I'm gonna try to keep up. If anything, I'll try to catch up with it the last 2 weeks that I 8 was missed, and I'll give you guys an update of Impact next week. But I know it's been good. I know there's a lot of cool stuff. Under Siege was a very good pay-per-view. Watch Ishii versus Josh Alexander. Watch Jonah versus PCO in the Monster Ball match. Oh, that was last week's Impact. That was really good as well. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on in Impact. I actually been enjoying Impact more than AEW at times because they have just straight off storylines that are very interesting. And the major players are fucking killing it as well. So, that's a little biased, though.
The major players.
Yeah. That's a little biased.
Do they have a song for just them now?
Yes, they do.
Okay, gotcha.
And yeah, shout outs to FWF is today. Sadly, I was supposed to go, but I'm not gonna be able to do it today. So,
snap. Okay,
I might order it though. It's on Fight.
I think this is the one with the guy from wrestling is gonna be there.
Yes.
Which I saw the interview. That was pretty good.
I might order it on TV and watch it though.
All right, cool.
It's like $10. All right. So just watch Impact. Try to find Impact. It's on Twitch. It's on Twitch. You can watch it on Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What's next? We go to Friday Night SmackDown, and we have Backlash Aftermath stuff. Go to SmackDown. God damn it, go to SmackDown. My phone don't want to go to SmackDown. The kickoff is Sami Zayn and RK Bro.
So what did Paul Heyman say to him? Did he give him a job?
No,
what's going on?
He just said it's okay. Like he forgave him for what he did and just thought it was a joke.
Because he's running his mouth and they making matches. And now because of him, right?
Yeah.
He lost.
Yep.
So now they have to have the unification match. What's this guy doing?
Well, it wasn't officially signed. So
they're going to try to run that angle on us?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
But Sami Zayn addressed RK Bro. I thought the segment was funny. Riddle versus Sami Zayn was actually really good.
Yes, sir. He wrestled with a shirt on. With a Bloodline shirt that he probably bought from merch.
Yep.
I love that. I love for him back if he said that. He probably bought it himself.
Yeah. We got Ronda Rousey defeating Raquel Gonzalez Rodriguez.
Well, wait.
I can't remember.
Is it in order? Because don't forget. Oh yeah, it was in order. Okay.
It was
they don't have the highlight for it.
Yeah.
What? How you gonna do a girl Raquel like that? What?
Yeah. It was good. It was decent, but yeah,
that was a championship match. I'm like, why? There's no video for it. How dare they?
Yeah. Why are you making Raquel smile so damn much? It looked like it hurting her face.
We want you to do the opposite of what you were doing.
Yes, I want you choke slamming bitches. Smiling at people.
I bet you it just we know you can be mean. Let's see you be nice.
Yeah.
Well, let's see how far it goes.
Let's see that smile. Why don't you smile more? You need
she's
smile.
having good ass matches, so I ain't mad.
Yeah. It was a good match though. Raquel will be back for that title. Mm-hmm. Happy Corbin breaks the Andre the Giant Battle Royal trophy
tried to kill him,
man. Cat Moss.
He tried to commit murder.
Good for his ass.
For Madcap Moss? How dare you?
My man makes steaks.
He tried to kill a man.
I'm biased.
Can't. That's a damn shame.
So he should have been talking shit.
This is wrestling. How dare you? You shouldn't be afraid to come to your job if you work at WWE, and a man is gonna try to murder you.
Man,
Jesus.
Every security guard is feared for their life in WWE.
No, listen, they're the ones that signed the contract that has that in the bold print. Otherwise, they wouldn't come in. But you, Madcap Moss, you just won a match. You got that Andre trophy at ringside, and then a man tries to kill you with it. Come on.
Andre looks like if you peel it, there's chocolate inside.
I mean, I would. You know, the sad thing is, I would wish that it really was like that. Like,
yeah.
Because, like, what are you going to do with a big gold statue in your house? Come on.
Let me eat it.
If you let me eat that, it would be gone in like a month. Yeah. It really.
I actually thought it looked cool. It looked mean, and Corbin Yeah, that was fucking mean. But I like Corbin more than Mankind. So yeah, he should have been talking shit.
How dare that's terrible. What a work environment.
Security guards always looking behind their back.
I bet you liked it when Steve Blackman knocked Shane McMahon off the Titantron.
Actually, I did. It
I
was
know
hilarious.
you did.
It was very funny.
He just came to work.
He climbed himself.
I mean, listen.
He tried to run away.
You run away from a dangerous man.
But he started this shit.
I mean, it's a wrestling match.
Same McMahon also should have been talking shit.
See, look, what I'm learning is WWE is not safe to talk shit. No. Apparently, it's not.
Exactly.
Grown men will try to kill you.
Yes. Well, as long as they do it within the confines of the ring, it's all legal.
I mean, not Steve Blackman.
I'm just saying, Randy Orton murdered a whole house. He's hanging out.
I'm still waiting for him to go to court. Come on.
Exactly. So you see how they work. As long as you do it in the premises of WWE, it's all legal.
I guess you can't be surprised when they let people go because they let people die too. So well.
Sasha Banks and Naomi defeat Shayna Baszler and Natalya.
And she's working hurt. Goddamn, Naomi out there working. She's trying to cover it up. They got her working hurt.
Yep.
Shame.
See, there's another one. She didn't talk shit.
working hurt.
Take her leg arm out. Butch defeats Kofi Kingston.
I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
This is hilarious. I like the feud of these guys in the New Day. I get that it's way too many matches though.
Yeah.
It's like, is there anybody else to fight? What happened to the Los Illuminados guys?
Yeah. And then it's also like, where are you gonna go with this?
I mean, Butch is gonna have to kill somebody.
Yeah. He's gonna kill
his character looks like he's ready.
He gonna kill
He went in the crowd. But he won.
All right. And then our main last thing is the Usos, RK Bros, set the date to winner take all. All tag team unification match is set for next Friday. Next Friday night SmackDown, but I have a feeling shenanigans gonna happen and it's gonna not be in Hell in a Cell. I feel like the Usos, RK Bro, are gonna fight in Hell in a Cell to unify the titles, and I think Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes will be in the Hell in a Cell.
I still think Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan need to be in Hell in a Cell.
I wouldn't pass it, but I wouldn't mind it. I will take that as well, but I think those are going to be the two Hell in a Cell matches.
I'm just pointing out that match because that match has just as much work as the other feuds.
Yeah.
And it's more personal, I'm just saying. It's more personal. Bloodline is just business. But I feel like after what Riddle did, it's probably gonna be a handicap match.
Yes.
That's what I think. You know, and get him in the back because you can't just knee the tribal chief in the face.
Need him right in the face.
Come on, man.
That was dope. I was like, oh, see, you should not be talking shit.
Come on. See? What's going on?
Goes to everybody. Shout out for Tenacious T because that's where I get this from. He it could be the worst shit on the news and stuff like that, and then he was like, "Well, she shouldn't have been talking shit."
I mean, sometimes he's not wrong.
And now we go to AEW. Oh, we get SmackDown.
I give SmackDown a solid B.
I give it a B as well. Move on to AEW Rampage. And we got the Death Triangle versus Butcher and the Blade.
This match surprised the hell out of me because it started off as a regular ass, trios match, but it ended up in a place where it was like, this is a spectacle. I'm in. So like I like that match.
It was solid. We have the chairman, Shawn Spears versus Bear Boulder.
I thought it was a showcase for him powerbomb. I mean, that DVD and that man. I was like, all right, okay. That was crazy.
I like Shawn.
It's a big ass man.
Again, we like Shawn Spears. Again, he's another one that we've always been fans of, and he just feel like he should have more than what he has now.
You know what? I think he's doing all right because he's got he's on television every week.
Yeah.
think he's doing all right.
Yeah, I think he's doing a lot better now. We got Lexi Nair backstage with Tony Nese and Mark Sterling. And so Tony will have to face Hook and Dan Halsey by himself.
Yeah, that's what they said. So we'll see.
Ass kicked. See, you should have been talking shit.
I mean, in his case, kind of.
They're gonna take your abs and throw them in the
take
crowd.
them abs and mount them on the wall.
We got the Owen Heart Foundation qualifiers, quarterfinals match. Rio versus Ruby Soho. Ruby Soho wins.
I thought this was a good ass match.
It was good.
Personally, to me, I think this might be better than Britt and Rio. Rio, she takes a beating.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, in this match, Ruby came through with the combos. Like the last flurry of that match, she whooped her ass.
They actually have had wrestled before.
Okay.
They wrestled in Stardom together.
I mean, well, then the chemistry is there because I thought this was like very, very good.
I really enjoyed this too. I thought it was probably the match of the night actually.
I can see that.
We got Billy Gunn was backstage with the Gun Club and the Acclaim. So they have a match on Elevation this week.
Well, yeah, I like how they made it a joke. It's messed up, but it is what it is.
The TBS champion Jade Cargill and the baddies Red Velvet and Cody, they pretty much show that Sarah Deebs, that Sheeta is out of the tournament and because of Sarah Deebs, and the replacing her is Chris Statlander. So it's gonna be Red Velvet versus Chris Statlander next week.
Good, because I was wondering where the hell she was. So I'm happy that for that information. I am happy.
Yeah. And then we got the TNT champion, Scorpius Guy versus Frankie Kazarian.
I thought it was a good match. Very solid. So I'm not mad. I'm just mad about the end of the match because it was like, I don't know if I felt the story they were telling me needed that.
I feel like they just. I think they try to. I think they try to rush a story into there, and then I think it's just. It was what it is. Like it was nothing like. I didn't see like it. I didn't feel anything for Kazarian. I was like, he lost again. You lose all the time. Sorry.
And then that's.
But also like the connection of both of them and shit.
But it's just like you can't. I can understand you not giving that much of a damn because he's not presented as a bigger character anymore. Yeah. Like he's literally just getting back to being on television.
Yeah.
Because remember he was the Punisher for a while, but he didn't talk.
He was the lead.
He just went around beating up people.
The lead.
So again, it's like, yeah, I get that, but at the same time, like the match was good, and at least I could say, okay, the build up to it made sense, and I'm paying attention to it, right? Because it's like Sammy's moving out of the way, but then the end of this match had like the double cheat, and it's like, I don't know, I didn't feel that added as much as it would have as they thought it did. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel.
I feel like I actually would have built this match a little more, maybe like a 2 more week, like maybe another week of story between them two, and actually showing their casing their SU days, like again reminding them that they were the first AEW tag team champions and stuff like that, and actually putting that on TV because honestly, you could ask a lot of people, they probably forgot. So the importance of them two fighting each other, I think they could have showed it a bit more. So maybe hold this match for another week or two and just really build on that. I think I would have appreciated it a bit more. I felt their matchup was extremely rushed.
I got you.
That was my only thing. The match was okay. It's just again, I felt like there was a good story there that they feel like they dropped the ball on it.
Okay, gotcha.
And I didn't care for Sammy and Ty in the audience, and they closed up on them a bunch of times.
Yeah, no. You're right.
So, what do you give AEW Rampage?
I'm gonna give it a solid B. Again, a lot of the stuff I did appreciate.
Yeah.
And it's just like really the only thing I could really say was like it didn't deliver. Probably was like the end of the last match. Really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'll agree. I'll give it a B as well. All right, so podcast we listened to. We did say a little bit before After the Bell, but After the Bell had the Usos on it. And I thought it was a decent conversation.
Yes, sir.
Shout outs to the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast. I always enjoy their class. I always shout them out as well. They do have FWF going on tonight, and they have a New York live show coming soon in the old WWF New York. So stay tuned for that. There might be tickets going on sale within the next couple of weeks. So I'm actually looking forward to that. And their podcast is always fun. Kofi Kingston's on Ryan Satin. I thought that was a good conversation as well. The Dustin Rhodes conversation with Renee Paquette was really good.
Okay.
I thought it was a little short.
That one I did not hear.
Huh?
I said that one I did not hear.
Yeah, that was actually really good. Really good insight. Very, very good podcast. You have any other ones?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay. So now we will end with our Wrestling Retrospect. And which wrestler would it be this week?
When I think about it, I remember last week I picked Generico, and we went to Japan this week. You know who I'm going to say? And I'll try to keep it a simple one. And he's one of my favorite wrestlers from the character era, we'll call it.
Okay.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan. There you go.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Oh. Yes, sir.
There's not like work, like again, then we're gonna go to like what work rate is, and then what's like back then what wrestling was. I can't remember like a work rate match he had, but I remember a lot of story matches he had.
I remember just entertaining matches he had. I specifically remember some entertaining matches he had in WCW when he was the janitor.
Oh, you remember when he went to Team Canada and he shaved everything?
Yes, I do.
He looked just like a weird awkward guy.
But I just think about that, like that's wrestling as well. Just a big, larger than life character. It was like, we nowadays everybody could do a Canadian Destroyer, but who could carry a stick of wood to the ring and just say, "Oh," and it's just like everybody's like, "Yeah, I like that guy."
And he was the first Royal Rumble winner.
Good for him. And he is also the former King of the Ring winner, right?
Yes, he was.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, so
WCW, I think he was television champion. I forgot which one he founded.
I know he won. What titles did he win? I think he did win the U.S. title in WCW. If he did not, that's a shame.
100%. That's a shame.
I don't think he won a title in WWE.
No, I don't believe he did.
But I think WCW, I think he won maybe 2. So, yes. So Hacksaw Jim Duggan is.
Did he not come back and win the hardcore title once? I'm not sure.
I don't have to look that up. I don't think he won a title in WWE.
Okay.
But yeah. So this week's Wrestling Retrospect is Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Oh. And then we wrap this up. This is the Wrestling Battle Podcast. Thank you for listening. Easiest way to listen to this podcast is on Spotify, Red Cyclone Inc. And you give all our history, our monthly cast of the Morphin Cast, Not the Trekkie, our show, Shotgun the Game of Rage, and also our weekly It Gets Better as Rare podcast, and the Wrestling Babble. Follow our Facebook pages, the Red Cyclone Inc. and the Wrestling Babble. We are very active on there as we're doing the Wrestling Retrospects. All those YouTube, all those videos of matches that we just asked are on there now. So if you actually want to watch those matches that have juiced Thunderlager, they are on the board. So check those out. Follow me on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, and Twitch. All Mark with the Mic, and follow Red Cyclone Inc.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Follow us anywhere and everywhere, Red Cyclone Inc. That is Twitter, Tumblr, and Instagram, YouTube, and SoundCloud, and we got Spotify as well, and we got a WordPress, so check it out.
Yep. Peace out, laters, and always remember, follow the Jinkies.
'Cause he's hungry.
We have a 2x4.
That's what he calls the sandwich.
The 2x4. You should not have been talking shit.
Nope.
Peace out later.